Nekroz at one point was the pinnacle of ritual summoning. Now you'll see what it is. We'll start with strategies of Nekroz. If you ritual summon exactly one ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of a monster, this card can be used as the entire requirement. It's level 3, so normally you can only use something that's level 3, but now you can just summon a level 12 of it. Yay! Ignoring ritual mechanics. If this card is tributed by a card effect, you can add one warrior Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Yay! You ritual summon, you get resources. Next, we have Priestess of the Nekroz. Your opponent can't activate card or effects in response to the activation of Nekroz ritual spells. Good. Nekroz ritual monsters you control can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Good. If this card is targeted by a card effect, you can target one of your banished Nekroz monsters except copies of itself added to your hand. Good. Everything it has is good. Then we have Sorcerer of Nekroz. If this card is tributed by a card effect, you can add one Spellcaster Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can send one Nekroz monster from your deck to your graveyard. Then we have Swordsman of Nekroz, which is a pendulum monster. Its monster effect lets you can tribute this card from your hand or face-up field to tribute monsters from your hand or field to ritual summon a Nekroz ritual monster from your hand whose total level equals exactly the level of the monster you want to summon. Its pendulum effect, you can't pendulum summon except Nekroz or Zephyr monsters. This effect can't be negated on a pen 1. Then we have anyway, once per turn, you can reveal any number of Nekroz cards in your hand, increase or reduce this card's level by that number revealed. This card until the end of the turn. If this card is tributed by a card effect, you can add one Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. And next, we got Explorer of Nekroz. If this card is tributed by card effect, you can add one Dragon-type Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. I think there's only one. If this card is banished, you can target one of your banished Nekroz monsters, except this card, special summon it. You're going to use one effect per turn? Ugh. And then we have our other Pendulum monster, who has the same effect as the last one, but is a skill 7 this time. And our highest monster is level 5. Well, non-ritual monster. Monster effect as well, this card is on the hand or graveyard. If a face-up Nekroz or Zephyr card, except copies of itself, is destroyed by battle or card effect while in the monster or pendulum zone, you can special summon this card. So far, let's summarize real quick. We have a bunch of cards that get out ritual cards, want to be tributed, give other cards protection, and a little bit of pendulum summoning. Mostly, it has to do with a lot of banishing, though. If our cards are banished, we get to do this. We get to bring back cards from banished. We get to do this, banish, come back, banish, come back. And tributing and blah, blah, blah. So far, without going to the rituals, obviously, the deck seems to be mainly just focused on banishing and stuff like that. Because a lot of our cards just mention, if this card's banished, do this. So, let's go to the cards. Nekroz of Colossus, which is our level 3 monster, lowest level monster we got. Now I'm going to go over a few mechanics. All of our Nekroz monsters can be summoned with any Nekroz ritual, must be ritual summoned. It also has 2 different effects. It has a discard effect and a on-field effect. And I think blah blah blah. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so I think not this one, but some of them have other effects tacked on. This one's discard effect allows you to discard it, add a Nekroz spell trap from your deck to your hand. Its on-field effect is a quick effect, while you target a face-up monster on the field that was special summoned from the extra deck until the end of the turn. That target its attack becomes 0. Also, the target's effects are negated. What? Okay, so anti-extra deck and gets out our cards we want. And then Nekroz of Unicorn. It does not have a discard effect. Well, no, it does, but you can discard this card targeted Nekroz in your graveyard, add to your hand. It also has an on-field floodgate effect. Negate the effects of face-up monsters your opponent monster in your opponent's field summoned from the extra deck. It doesn't have an activated on-field effect. So you can discard it, add a card from your graveyard to your hand, or just floodgate your opponent. Yay! Then we're going to go into a dragon type. Ooh, I wonder who likes dragon types. Well, anyway, it has the blah blah blah. Must be ritual summoned without using Nekroz of Colossus, and can't be ritual summoned by other ways. By Nekroz of Creator, something like that. And can be special summoned by other ways. Who is that? I think that's a ritual spell. That is. So, a lot of our higher level Nekroz monsters has an effect they all share. They cannot use themselves for their own ritual summon, but they still must be ritual summoned. So Catastor here cannot use copies of himself as ritual material. The reasoning is a level 5, and well, obviously itself is going to be level 5, so it'll be really easy. So let's make it so you can. You can discard this card to target a Nekroz monster in the graveyard, special summon it. Good. At the start of the damage step, if a Nekroz monster you control battles an opponent's face-up monster that was special summoned with extra, destroy that monster. So far, all of our monsters are really hate the extra deck. Let's continue. Then we have Baryonyx, who cannot be summoned using copies of itself. You can discard it to add a Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. You can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, special summon from the extra deck, and put them back in the deck. That is its on-field effect. Then we have Gunner, who can't use himself, must be ritual summoned without using level 7. So, wow, just level 7s in general. Amazing. Not infuriating at all. Quick effect, you can discard this card, target 1 Nekroz monster you control. It can be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. It's on field effect. Quick effect, you can discard 1 Nekroz card this turn, target 1. Then target 1 card on the field, destroy. No anti-extra hate. Wow. Then we got Valkyries, who can't be summoned using level 8s. When your opponent declares an attack, you can banish 1 Nekroz card from your graveyard. Ooh, this is the first time, because of our main deck monsters, non-ritual main deck monsters, really like banishing. And this is the first time we actually get banishing. Yay! You can banish 1 Nekroz card from your graveyard and discard 1 card, negate the attack, then end the battle phase. So, you get to banish a card from your graveyard and discard this card. Just to be able to negate a battle phase? Sure, it's fine, and it's going to stop you from losing the game sometimes, but it seems like such a massive use of resources. Also, it doesn't really help you do anything, because next turn, unless you're going to get a really good card draw, you're not going to be able to win. Next, during the main phase, you can tribute up to 2 monsters from your hand or field, and if you do, draw that same number of cards. But, so one of its effects gets rid of our cards, the other effect adds us cards. And next, we got the monster in the deck that really is what makes the deck it. Nekroz of Trishula, who can't be summoned with a level 9. Has 2 effects. It's when a card effect is activated that targets a Nekroz monster. You control quick effect, you can discard it to negate. Its other effect is on ritual summon. You can banish up to 3 cards. So you can banish exactly 3 cards. I'm thinking of normal Trishula. 1 from your opponent's hand, 1 from their field, and 1 from their graveyard. Meaning you can't go first with this. Also, the card from the hand is random. Like, sure, you can give a card from your opponent's hand, a field from the graveyard, but you're probably not gonna have too many cards in the hand, and you can get around it pretty easily if you think your opponent's playing Nekroz, but just not having cards in hand, or not having cards in graveyard, or not having cards in field, because you have to have all three. Again, no anti-extra deck. Then we got our level 10, can't be summoned with level 10s. You can discard it to target up to 2. No, right. Tribute up to 2 Nekroz monsters, your hand or field, and if you do send that many monsters, then many Necro monsters from your deck to your graveyard, it's a double foolish. But you also have to get rid of resources in your hand. A lot of them. When a monster or effect is activated, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster from your hand or field. Negate the activation, if you banish it. It can negate any monster effect. But this thing wants to guzzle down resources like it's no tomorrow. Or more like, you're not going to have a next turn because you don't have the resources to use on your next turn. Nekroz is of Divine Armor. Can't be summoned with a level 10. During either player turn, you can discard this card to target 1 Nekroz monster you control. It gains 1,000 into both of its stats during the end of the turn. You can target 1 set card your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, banish it. You can banish 1 set cards. What do people set nowadays? Infinite Impermanence. That's the only card I can think of, but you're just gonna activate in response. If you want to leave a comment down below, what do you think someone could set face down that's actually a big problem? Next, for our last monster, just in general. So Phil, isn't that, I think, yeah, it is one of the, so all the Nekroz are named and based off of another monster in the Dual Terminal storyline? I think it was Dual Terminal. And I was just making sure, yeah, this one's based on a card that it has a really powerful effect, but it's super hard to summon. Like this card, blah blah blah, must be ritual summoned from your hand by using 3 monsters you control with different types, and can't be summoned by other ways. Yay! It takes 3 monsters to make it. Anyway, continuing, during either player's main phase, 1, you can discard this card and 1 Nekroz spell. Your opponent can't special summon monsters from the extract during this phase. Okay, going back to the anti-extra deck hate. When this card is ritual summoned, you can banish all other cards on the field and graveyard. So that's like, oh, and you can normal special summon other monsters that are activate this effect. So you're gonna have to somehow get 3 monsters on your field, then have them all survive until next turn, just to be able to get rid of every card. You will probably win if you do that, by the way. I'm pretty sure if I saw my opponent actually summon this on me, I might just surrender on the spot. Well, maybe if I'm playing a deck that can get into some really good 1-card combos. But yeah, it's strong. It has massive floodgates effects. It has a large, just much more than just a board wipe. But look at how hard that thing is to summon. Let's go into our rituals. Nekroz's Mirror. It looks quite similar, like something I would see in, I don't know, the Ice Barrier archetype. It really reminds me of Ice Barrier Mirror. It can be used to summon any Nekroz monster. Must you tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or banish Nekroz from your graveyard. Ooh. Then ritual summon Nekroz ritual monster from your hand whose total level exactly equals the total level of those monsters. Gross. You can banish, if you have no monsters, you can banish this card from you banish this card 1 Nekroz monster from your graveyard to add a Nekroz spell from your deck to your hand. It has a just in case you're losing mechanic, which are always bad, and its main mechanic has the worst kind of ritual summoning mechanic. At least you can banish them from your graveyard, which is always good. And a lot of our main deck monsters want to be banished. Moving on. Our penultimate card. Kaleidoscope. It took me that long to remember how to say that. You can tribute a monster from your hand or field, or send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Also, after that, ritual summon any number of virtual monsters whose total level equals that monster. So you can get rid of a level 12 and summon a whole bunch of level 4s, or get rid of level 4 and summon a level 4. Let me think of a level 4 monster that hangs on the extra deck. I don't know. Hero of the Arclight? Summon Nekroz of Unicorn? Anyway, you can also banish it as well as a Nekroz from your graveyard to add a Nekroz spell from your deck to your hand. Finally, we have Nekroz Circle. It allows you to ritual summon one Nekroz virtual monster from your hand or graveyard, but you have to tribute monsters whose total level equals exactly that monster's level. You can banish it and a Nekroz to add one Nekroz spell from your deck to your hand. Well, now that I've gone over the entire archetype, what's my opinion on it? The archetype in total is all about... It really hates the extra deck. It banishes cards from the extra deck and negates the extra deck. It really, really hates the extra deck. It's a ritual deck that you need to get exact numbers to summon. And a lot of its cards are really, really just devour your card advantage. And so you're going to need something to substitute that card advantage with. So you're going to have to play it with a ritual support deck just to be able to make it function properly. But the thing is, if you want to play with a ritual support deck, it means it's going to be a lot harder to get into the cards you actually need, blah, blah, blah. In total, what's my opinion on the deck? It can definitely work. I've definitely played it before. Was it the best ritual deck I've ever played? No. But it was really good in the past. I just don't think it's as good as it needs to be. As a lot of its cards either are not good enough or too difficult to summon and really annoying ritual mechanics. So, that's my opinion on the deck. Give me yours in the comments. Also, when you're at the comments, you might as well tap the subscribe button. You're only missing one piece of Exodia. You could draw it right now. Come on, come on. Ah, man. That was Sophia, Goddess of Rebirth. Good luck next time.